Uh, this class will be particularly focused on lower back problems. I got a couple of requests from my friends and family who seem to be having lower back problems, so I tried to accumulate a couple of asanas that will particularly focus on the lower back. I will not be explaining all the poses in detail because it doesn't need a lot of alignment and instructions, so you can get a glimpse of what and where the asana is effective as you run through the practices yourself. Some of them I will try and tell you because it will need some explanation, but otherwise it's going to be pretty straightforward. Some of the asanas on lying down on the abdomen, focusing the lower back. Some on the lying down on the back, focusing on the back. Yeah. Remember to keep your breathing rhythmically flowing with the movement of the asanas as much as you can. And a couple of times, if you follow me with this practice and this video, I think you'll get a glimpse of what you're doing, and you will not need the video anymore, and you can keep doing this on your own after that. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you do it so that it helps your problem. Yeah? Let's get going. First and foremost, Makarasana, the crocodile pose. We used to do this when we were kids, just relaxing at home, chatting or watching television, reading even. So try this. You don't have to be in a mode of exercise or practices, but even when you're lying down or sitting at home, or just have some spare time in hand, lie down on your abdomen, legs together, elbows touching each other inside towards the rib, and gently drop your chin on your palm. But you have to be here for a couple of moments to start getting the feeling or the effect of this asana on your lower back. This strengthens the muscles around the lower back region. You can even swing your legs gently and stay here for a couple of moments. This is an old, simple and a traditional practice, but very effective. Give it a try. You will just feel after a couple of moments how the muscles are kind of pulling in together and strengthening them. And in the long run, it will definitely benefit you. So you feel the lower back effect. And if you have some upper back pain, some pain around the upper rib back area, you simply move your hand outside, but with the ribs still together, and lie down here. Slowly you will feel the work being done on the upper back region. And this for the lower back. Get your legs up towards your buttock and stay here for as long as you can. Read a book or even watching a telly or whatever you can do at home. But it's really effective. Try this. Yeah? Right. Next, again another simple practice. Push your hip back into your heels. Your toes touching into each other, your knees slightly away. Drop your hips to your heels. Walk your hand away and drop your forehead down. Make sure your elbows are not touching the mat. You can slowly walk your fingers as you lengthen your spine, your hips dropping down to your heels into Balasana or Child Pose. This is also a strong practice for the back area, the upper back, lower back as well, and a relaxing mode to start and center your breathing and get started with our physical works. Slowly lift your head up, walk your hands back and lift your hips up to go into a quadruped position, knees below your hips and your wrist below your shoulders. Every body of a human is different and they keep evolving every day, giving you different reactions to every practice. So I am trying to do a this video generalizing, you know, what would suit most people. But if there's any particular pain or problem that you're focusing on, write down in the comment section, and we can have a one-to-one and see if I can help you individually rather than in a group. Yeah. So this is on all fours, neutral position. Lift your hips up, shoulders retracting. We're going to cat-cow, dropping your hip down as much as you comfortably can, and gently push your face up towards the sky, and hold this position here for a couple of moments. Don't push yourself too hard. Light and easy where you're comfortable. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly go back, lifting your back, rounding it up, looking into your navel, your stomach region, pulling your navel into your spine, pushing your palms into the mat, and stay here for a moment. 5, normal breathing, 3, 2, and we do a couple of rounds. Drop your hips, lift your face up, and stay here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pushing your abdomen, palms into the mat, lifting your back like you're pulled up into the sky. 3, 2, and 1 more round. Inhale. Beautiful. Come back to neutral position. Relax your body, relax your breath. Ujjayi breathing. You can look up Ujjayi breathing and see if you can use that for your yogic practices. Now slowly take your right leg back. Remember to not hyperextend your arms. Slightly bend your elbows so you have a lot of strength and you're working on the arms at the same time. Do not lock your arms and hyperextend it. Just give it a little bit of a bend. Bend your knee and slowly take your alternate hand, your right leg to your left arm, kick into your hands and lift your thighs up, chin up. Again, stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Tiger pose, again, very good for your strength and strengthening your lower back muscles. Take it to the other side, bend your elbows slightly, kick into your hands and lift your thigh up. When you're ready, chest and chin up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. I'm going to do the practices, just one round, so I don't make the video too long, but you can practice it a couple of rounds, you know, maybe about 3 to 5 rounds of each asana, and it's going to help you a lot. Yeah? Down to child pose and relax here for a moment. In between every 2 asana, give yourself a moment to relax. Bring your breath back to normal. Slowly lift your head up. We're going to go down on our abdomen. Hands besides the chest, elbows inside the mat. Push your elbows towards your body, chin on the mat. Get your legs together. Bhujanga asana, or the cobra pose, half lift. As you inhale, and here we're going to hold our breath. Retention of the breath is very important because we're going to fill our lungs with air, and while we're holding the breath, we get the lungs to work to the maximum it can and exhale. So as much as possible, hold the breath while you're in the position. Inhale deep. Slowly lift your chin up while your breath is in there in your lungs. Drop your shoulders, push your elbow backwards and chin up. Hold your breath, hold your breath, hold your breath. Bhujanga asana, cobra pose. Gonna go into salabhasana. Take your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers, point the index finger out. Again, as you inhale, push your shoulders back, push your arms back, lift one leg up. Hold the breath, hold the breath, hold the breath. Release. The same thing on the other side. Inhale, lift, push your shoulder back, hold, hold, hold. Purna Salabhasana, the full locust. Inhale. And shoulders and both your legs up. Hold the breath, hold the breath, hold the breath. Release. Hands to the side, face to the side, relax. One more pose, lying on the abdomen, Dhanurasana or the bow pose. Chin on the ground, bend your knees, grab hold of either your ankle or your toes, whichever is comfortable to you. And if you cannot grab hold of your legs, place your hands beside so you can give it a push. Yeah? Hold it. Again, holding the breath, filling your lungs with air. Take a deep breath in. And your upper body and your lower body lift. Kick into your hands and lift your chin up, holding the breath, holding the breath, holding the breath. Gentle release, face to the other side, hands to the side of the body, relax. Give yourself about 10 to 15, up to 30 seconds in between two asanas to relax, be aware of the position that you've just worked on and the part of the body that the asana has helped you in. Chin back, hands to sides, inhale, lift up and lift your hips up, go into child pose and coming up. That was lying down on the abdomen. It's very effective practices. Now we're going to do some poses lying on our back. Yeah? Make sure your chin is dropping towards your chest so the back of your neck is relaxed. And if you have lower back issues, try not to lie down with your legs straight, because here then you form this bridge kind of a lift on your lower back, which is not very helpful, you know. Try to tuck your lower back in. Let's do a couple of tucks to just show you how that can be effective as well. That's an effective practice. Just keep a look at this. Up and down. Up and down. Give it a tilt in your lower back region. Up and down. Yeah, just strengthening the muscles around the lower back region. Get your legs up. Pull both your knees to your chest and hug around the knees. Give it a pull. Your thighs into your abdomen. Stay here for a couple of moments. If you can, and have somebody in the family or friends to help you, get them to sit here and feel your lower back really stretched to give you a relaxing mood, and it really is helpful for your lower back. Let them help you to get relaxed, and eventually your problem will resolve. Slowly, hands to sides. like you're holding the sky with your heels. Make sure you're not lifting your hips up. Your hips are firmly on the mat. You're working on your leg muscles, all very active, and pushing your heels up towards the sky. Just stay here for a moment or two. Drop your shoulder blades down, chin to the chest, the lumbar region into the mat. As much as you comfortably can, and slowly bend your knees and get them towards your buttocks. Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose, very effective for your lower back again. Very straightforward. What you have to do is divide your frontal region or your back portion into three portions: your lower, your mid and your upper back. So when you're taking your bridge pose, you're lifting it by dividing the back into three portions. Make sure you can even place something in between your two knees, or you're consciously or subconsciously pushing your knees towards each other, your heels slightly away. Make sure you don't bring your heels together, heels hip distance apart, just pushing your knees towards each other as you're lifting your hips up in three modes. Being aware of every portion that you're lifting up as you inhale and dropping it down as you exhale. So let's just do that once. I'll show you how it's done. Inhale. You can roll your shoulders as you're holding your breath. You can even interlace your fingers, pushing your knee towards each other. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. If you can't hold it anymore, release your hand and upper back, lower back, mid back, lower back. So get that feel of what you're dropping first with every exhalation you're releasing. So being aware and being in control of the movement of the back and in control of the back and the breath at the same time. Beautiful. Staying here, relaxing for a moment or two. Now you're lifting your right leg or any of the legs. We start with the right mostly. Take your hands in between the gap outside and pull your left knee to your chest. See, you're pushing your right knee with your right elbow. So you're gently pushing. Most of the lower back problems gets resolved if you have a flexible and strong hamstring and your glutes are worked on. So these are the two main areas that you work on to have a strong lower back. So this also helps in your psoas muscles and your hamstring and your lower back and your glutes too. So staying here for a moment, pushing your elbow out, pulling your left knee in. Relax your body, rest of the body. Feel the effect you're having on your right outer thigh. Beautiful. As you release your heel down, cross your leg, shift your hips a little to the right with your left hand. Pull your knee down towards the ground. Stretch your right arm out, look towards the right, and drop your knee towards the ground. Make sure your right elbow is touching the mat. It's not necessary you touch your knee to the ground, but your elbow should be stuck to the ground and look towards the right direction. You're giving your lower back a good twist to your spine area. Right from your neck region to your coccyx, you're twisting your spine. Lower back. Stay here for a moment. Normal breath in and out. And with every exhalation, go a little bit deeper than the last. Pushing your shoulder into the mat and your knee towards the direction of the ground. Beautiful twist. Inhale. As you exhale, lift your leg up. Come to the starting position and relax. You take to the other side. Your ankle to your knee and pull your right thigh down, your elbows helping to push the knee outwards. Stay here and relax. Please be aware of the practice you're doing, effect of the practice on the different parts of your body. Your breath long and easy. Gently drop your heel down, cross your leg, shift your hip a little slightly to the left, and stretching your arms out. Look to the left and drop your knees up. Remember to keep breathing as you bring your body in a nice twist. Pull the knee to your chest, hug around the knee, give it a rock and roll, massaging your back. And see if you can, cross your leg, hold your toe, and rock and roll. You can comfortably do it, repeat it a couple of times, massaging your back. And when you're up, extend your legs out. Make sure your toes are higher in level than the knees. You can even support, use your hands to support. Push your chest inwards. Just stay here for a moment or two. Visualization, if you close your eyes, you see yourself in the position. Picture yourself, how you're looking, how you're feeling, and if you've lost the sense of how you're breathing, get your attention back to where you were. Now, slowly cross your leg and relax. Like I mentioned, the hamstrings, very important. To help in your lower back. The glutes are equally important to again support and help your lower back. And another thing is the hips. The more open your hips are, the more relaxed your lower back tends to be. So if you work on your hamstrings, your glutes, your hamstring, glutes, and what did I mention? Hips, the hip region. It is very effective. So try whenever you're sitting to push your knee below your hip region. People tend to sit like this, so that means the hips are really closed, not helpful. So the more practice you do, the more your hip tend to open up. So once your hip goes lower and opens up, your lower back is safeguarded and opens up, and the muscles are relaxed sometimes and strong and tight other times. Yeah? So it helps a lot to work on your hips, your glutes, and your hamstrings. So let's do one more practice for the hamstring before we close the practice. Coming up into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Slowly bring your right leg to the front of the mat. Drop your left heel down and lift your body up. Straighten your right leg. Turn your body to where your toes are turning. Not this side, your hips to where your toes are turning. Where your toes are out, your hips are also out. Square your hips as much as you can. And then wherever you're comfortable, you're holding your hips, you're holding your elbows, or you can go into a Paschimana Namaskara pose, anywhere you're comfortable. Gently inhale and go halfway down and stay here for 5 breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly come back up. Right heel in, left heel out. Turn your hip to the left hand side. Again, wherever you're comfortable, open your shoulders, inhale, and slowly go halfway down. Be aware, where is the practice affecting? Which portion of your body? Stay here and breathe normal breaths a couple of rounds. Gently come up, release your hands, lift your heels, your toes, come back to a standing position and to where we started.